What's up, fam? My name is Tam, and you're tuned into another Tam Talk. So what are we talking about today? Today, we're going to talk about Daunte Wright. If you have not been under a rock or in a hole in the wall, then of course you know what's happening. But for those that do not know who Daunte Wright is, let me actually catch you up. Daunte Wright was a 20-year-old black man that died after he was shot by an officer doing a traffic stop in the suburb of Brooklyn Center, where Kim Potter, a 26-year police veteran who also serves as president on the union, mistakenly discharges her weapon because she thought it was a taser. If you haven't seen the video, what you will find is that they allegedly pulled him over for air fresheners hanging off the rearview mirror. Now, I don't know not one person that's never had an air freshener hanging off the rearview mirror, but needless to say, they pulled him over. He allegedly called his mom, alarming and letting her know that he's being pulled over for these air fresheners. They at that point asked about insurance. He, being a kid, referred back to his mom, and the mom's like, well, can you put the cops on the phone so I can give them that information? They asked him to step out of the car. He didn't want to get out of the car. He got out of the car and for some reason decided to get back in the car. I want you guys to actually see what happened.
Bodycam footage shows a police traffic stop near Minneapolis. Officers arresting 20-year-old Daunte Wright. Daunte Wright attempts to break free and get back in the car. The officer draws her weapon. Officer then fires her weapon as she yells, "Taser, taser, taser."
Kim Potter, a 26-year police veteran, mistakenly takes the life of this young man, the president of the police union. She trains for instances like that, showing others what to do, what to discharge. So we are to believe that this 26-year-old veteran didn't know what she was doing.
Attention! Hey y'all! Hey y'all!
Police are shooting brother.
I just talked
They
to the
just shot
mother.
him in the ear, it looks
I
like.
just talked to Daunte's mama. She wants y'all to chill out so we can get justice for Daunte. Let's get justice for.
And he said, Mom, I've just been pulled over. I said, for what? They said they pulled me over because I had air fresheners hanging in the rearview mirror. I said, okay, we'll take them down. And then he said, well, they're also asking for insurance. And I said, well, when the police officer comes back up to the window, give him the phone and I can explain and give him all the insurance information. He said, okay. And then the police officers came back up to the window and asked Daunte to step out of the car. And Daunte said, for what? Am I in trouble? And the officer said, we're going to explain that when you step out of the car. And they asked him to put the phone down. And I heard the phone getting put down pretty hard, whether it was on the floor. I don't know where he put the phone down. And then I heard scuffling and the girl that was with him screaming. And I heard an officer ask for them to hang up the phone, and then I didn't hear anything else. I tried to call back three, 4 times, and then the girl that was with him answered the phone, and she said that they shot him, and he was laying in the driver's seat, unresponsive. And then I heard an officer ask her to hang up the phone again, and then after that, this is the last time I've seen my son. I haven't seen him since.
And when Daunte's mom was asked, do you know why he got back in the car? This is what she said.
I know my son was scared. He's afraid of the police. And I just seen and heard the fear in his voice, but I don't know why. And it should have never, ever escalated the way it did.
I got word from my wife. She called me, and she was screaming and telling me what was going on. And I was, it was a normal day for us. We started off as a normal day. I haven't talked much to the police at all.
They haven't given us any information.
They haven't pretty much given us information at all.
We do know that the
During
police
this encounter, however, the officer drew their handgun instead of their taser. For informational purposes, we train with our handguns on our dominant side and our taser on our weak side. So if you're right-handed, you carry your firearm on your right side and you carry your taser on the left. This is done purposefully and is trained. As I watch the video and listen to the officer's commands, it is my belief that the officer had the intention to deploy their taser, but instead shot Mr. Wright with a single bullet. This appears to me, from what I've viewed and the officer's reaction and distress immediately after, that this was an accidental discharge that resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Wright.
I cannot accept that. I lost my son. He's never coming back. I can't accept that. A mistake, that doesn't even sound right. This is an officer that's been on the force for 26 years. I can't accept that.
The time of, I thought it was my taser. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was a gun. Like, the time of, oops, is over. It is over. When are we going to hold these individuals accountable? Will I say everything that I saw in the video for Daunte was appropriate? Should he have gotten back in the car? Do we know what he was getting? Was he clueless as to the climate that some police are really trigger happy, or some don't know whether they're shooting a taser or a gun? But the fact that this 26-year-old veteran, I'm going to keep saying it, used her dominant hand and thought she didn't know what her I hope and I pray that we get justice. I hope and pray for a time where police reform and accountability isn't looked at like it's such a dirty word. If I mess up on my job, if you mess up on your job, you're fired. If you steal from your job, you're fired and you may go to jail. There are consequences to poor actions when you're working. This is their job, right? And they shouldn't be above getting fired. They shouldn't be above the law. This isn't I stepped on your shoe. This is I took a life. Let that sink in. What are your thoughts? Comment below. If you're new here, click the like button, subscribe. My name is Tam with Tam Talks. Until next time, bye.